I am also joined by Phoenix for this game. He is actually here. Everybody can be heard now. Spawning into the top left-hand corner, they're red as Zerg pieces, representing Confed. Looking to close the series out. It is Waffles. And in the bottom right-hand corner, the green Zerg pieces pulling an extractor trick. It is Breakfastgun. Groovy. Every time I say his name, I feel like I'm referencing a song. You know, his clan name is Groovy, and then it's Breakfastgun.
I think it's Breakfastgun.
Breakfastgun.
Breakfast.
Okay, I can say Breakfastgun, but it's Breakfastgun. It says Breakfastgun.
I mean, I just have like an imagination of like a hash brown machine gun or something.
Just come out like, you know. Okay, well, if you put it that way, in terms of like a breakfast gun, it makes even more sense for like Waffles to have a bunch of waffles that run around the map, and just like breakfast gun to just be like rapid fire down these waffles.
Yeah, but between the two of them, you could have a good American breakfast: waffles with some bacon.
Bacon, maybe a little bit of lead on the side, you know. I hear America's got a lot of guns laying around. Like every other day, we have this shooting of some sort, you know, like. Yep, exactly. He said in the chat. So anyway, we do have both players get their spawning pools up here. The spawning pool is ahead for Waffles. It doesn't look like it was a pool first. Yeah, that was indeed pull first, so he might be looking to be the aggressor here. As a natural base is going to finish up, so the Lings will be out in time to defend, but it just depends how much aggression he does decide to pour on here. Oh, okay, he's skipping straight to Roach Ward.
Do you see that speed upgrade on the way now for Waffles as well? But no spawning pool just finished up on the other side, and speed starting for him as well.
Yeah, very interesting choice here to actually go for that Roach Ward. He's going to skip the Baneling phase. He's actually getting speed with this. I feel that you're not going to need speed here for the Lings, especially when you're going to need that gas for the Roaches. You're only on one gas here for this, so. Make sure I had the recording going. So we do have Lings out here for Breakfastgun. Or Breakfastgun. Depending on how you want to say it. I apologize if I was saying names wrong. It is definitely something that a lot of names are very interesting in that regard.
So, did you see a Roach Warren going down here now on the green side as well?
I wonder if he's reading into that a little bit there. Because, you know, he gets up here. He didn't see any Lings pop out right away. So there's not going to be any aggression, but it's like there's got to be something in here. 3 minutes into the game.
Oh, but look at this. 7 roaches on the production tab now for the red. Do you think we could just see a 2 base all in with roaches?
On both sides? Most definitely. And that's what I'm hoping to see in these games. Like, it's the stuff you really don't see that much up in, like, pro leagues and so forth. It's like, everybody up there is so systematic about everything. Down here, you just throw something against the wall, see what happens. We do have Waffles moving out. I guess the 7 roaches of our green Terra player, the Breakfastgun. See what we have. There are some Lings in this mix as well with a Ravager. So there is a little bit more DPS potential from that Ravager, with that extra skill being involved. Yeah, we do have the Speedling reinforcement as well, Phoenix.
I do like that the follow command to just keep those Lings with the army as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little touch there.
So right now, Green does not need to push on this ramp. He should take this fight at the top of the ramp. At least concave out a lot of these Lings, but it looks like he is just going to get choked off right here on the ramp. This might be it already. Because there are Lings popping out here to defend, but the DPS here from Waffles is already just really starting to overpower him. He's able to push up the ramp. Lings are trying to get as much damage as they can, but they can't get this around here. The Lings are going to finish getting cleaned up. There are more on the way. 5 roaches about to pop out as well, but is that going to be enough? Ravager's being worked in as well. He's adding on the Evo Chamber, trying to wall off a little bit, cut down on that surface area. I just don't think he's going to have enough here to hold this off.
Well, do you see two of those low health roaches morphing into Ravagers now as well? So very good, obviously very good move for a Zerg player with when those roaches get down to low health. It's just, you know, recycling them, getting that max health back before they push into the next engage.
So again, Spycrawlers aren't done just yet. Sorry to cut you off there, but the engagement does happen here. He is going to jump in top of this, clean up these roaches. Queen's jumping into the fight here, trying to clean it up, and the Roach and Ravagers here are finding some damage. A Corrosive Bile going to land on top of these Roaches in between the Spine Crawlers. No hatchery going to be added on, and now the Lynx are in the mineral line, cleaning up the drones, and economic damage is being done, while the rest of the army is stuck at the bottom of the ramp. This might actually... Oh, wow, he's going to clean up the Lynx, but at a huge cost. A very huge cost to his economy. It's now 18-6 for in worker count. And Waffles with a commanding lead now. Looks like our green friend here does know he is behind, and he is going to have to make a move here very soon. Waffles is just going to go ahead and add on 11 more roaches. He is just rallying across the map, so he is going to be in a kind of a dicey situation should he start to bleed out some units here, which it does look like he is going to do. He does realize his mistake and pull back. A little bit of a lull here. I mean, after that aggression, it's down to whether or not Breakfastgun could get the damage done. You know, to bring this game back into a more manageable situation. Phoenix, what group are you in?
Group D.
Group D? Okay. Be in Group C next, so. Here we go, the Roach is going to push in here, and the Roach count for Waffles is vastly superior. And that should put the final nail in the coffin, losing the last bit of this army. He's just not going to have the resources to replenish this. Because he is trying to have to make Lings and find some more damage for himself. Here's adding in the drone count. Waffles going to get in here, clean up the last of these Lings, and that should be it very shortly. Breakfastgun just trying to hold on, man. He doesn't want to quit just yet. We definitely know that he's definitely in a tight situation here. A lot of resources were invested into this wall off here. Static defense is not really doing much for him right now. Although it did help in the defense earlier, but he just needs to replenish drones at this point. While he's been across the map, that's what you should have been doing. You should have been trying to find damage, more or less just pose your army out there. Say, yeah man, I'm here. You want to push out? What do you want to do? And just add in drones, and then get the queens back up, get your larva injects going again. And that's probably your best way to make your back into this game. One step at a time. But if Waffles knew what we knew during this game, he could either just walk across the map here and kill them off one last time. One game. But it looks like he wants to add in a little bit more resources himself. Get that gas rolling, get teched up a little bit. Probably get more for that for roaches as well. Gotta let you get caught up a little because I know you're watching with a delay. I can only imagine trying to cast a game with a delay like that.
Oh, it's hard, and the delay fluctuates as well. Sometimes it'll be like 3 seconds, sometimes it's a little bit longer.
So again, both players is kind of just getting their army together. Now, +1 range coming in here could actually be a very useful tool in the toolbox, so to speak. You know, pull that out and say, yeah man, I have an upgrade. But again, when upgrades start to come into play, you still have to account for how big is your opponent's army. You can have twice the army supply of a guy with 2/2 upgrades and still win. Because, you know, A, he doesn't micro his army, or B, he just kind of hopes the upgrades will talk for themselves. But, you know, if you get a bigger concave on that, your opponent that has the upgrade advantage, you can still easily very much just kill him off just like that. Waffles still over here knocking on the door of this third base. Should get a cancel. I should say, yeah, there it is. Breakfast Gun will get a cancel, but he does know about this Roach army moving out. And I don't think the 40 army supply is going to be enough to hold this off. That is a big, scary army. Get ready to knock on this front door, and here we go. Waffles is going to push right in here. Spine crawlers are here, going to start doing a little talking themselves, but will it be enough? As these spine crawlers can very easily just get focused down and basically disappear in a matter of a couple A-clicks. He does bait the army out from behind that spine crawler force there. And, you know, he's definitely doing pretty good. He's got the concave, Queen gonna fall. Roach is kind of trickling back out, not holding back behind the Evo Chamber wall like they should. But here we go. He's just trying to hold on. Like, he's pushing Waffles back, but at the same time, he's just bleeding out resources he can't afford to lose by taking that fight off his own creep in front of his wall off. The Waffles is going to go ahead, get his third base started again, and proceed to just, you know, add in more army. He does have Lair. And now it is his turn to go Hydraless if he does decide to go Hydras. I don't know, I kind of feel he should go into like Butas. Butas would make for a definitely interesting transition here, especially since your opponent's only been showing Queens for anti-air. And he has absolutely no spores. That would just really make it, you know, one big headache after another. What does he have going down? Spine crawler. He doesn't have any tech on wood. He's adding on spines. I guess he's afraid of like a Nidus, or maybe a Ling drop, or you know, something along those lines. Why he pulled back? I mean, he's definitely playing very safe here.
Yeah, I'm not sure he pulled back. I mean, obviously he's got a huge bank at the minute as well. I'd like to see like a 1, maybe 2 macro hatches go down, just to help spend some of these resources as well.
He is getting +1 range for himself as well, but we now do have Carapace upgrade on the way for Breakfastgun. Wow, I did it again. Breakfastgun. Just tell us in the chat, man, how you want it pronounced, and we'll make sure you're good with it. But he is going to go ahead and move out. Now, army supply is relatively even here, Phoenix, so he could make a decent engagement happen. Going to come down to his micro, though. There we go. The Hydrogen is on the way here for Waffles. Phoenix has it right, so Breakfastgun. Alright. Breakfastgun it is. Now I'm going to recast the entire series to make sure your name is right.
Isn't it Breakfastgun?
Oh, man.
That legendary Zerg player, Breakfastgun.
Only in the JSL, my friend. Only in the JSL. So we do have a link coming out here to scout around and take a, make sure there's nothing interesting, you know, he's missing, and nothing fishy. Now, for the amount of time your opponent has given you, mate, you definitely probably could have sniped out this Overlord and expanded, maybe just throw down an expansion in his face anyway, and just defend it on the low ground at that point. Because then you'll be able to, you know, have an expansion, you know, get your hatchery up, be able to get some drone count rolling again. That's what you really needed here, is to get your drones caught up. You've been building a lot of army. And the amount of time Waffles has actually given you, you've had more than enough time to add in, like, say, 2 or 3 drones here, 2 or 3 drones there, and get your economy rolling, and be able to catch up in tag as well. And that's a big mistake a lot of players will make. Like, they'll get such a commanding lead that they back off. And, you know, they don't do anything for a good 5-10 minutes and let their opponent back in the game. The Breakfastgun just trying to get in here and walk past his opponent's army, but it's just too big, and it's probably going to be the last hit. Hit right there, yep. GG will be called.
GG!
And that is going to be it for that series, guys. Congratulations to Waffles with this 2-1 victory.
Right, I'm gonna bow out, and hopefully next time I pop on, it will be with a computer, so I can contribute a bit more in time.
Fair enough, fair enough. Thanks for joining me either way, man.
See you later.